Anyway, so I said to Father Christmas when I was sat on his knee, I said to him, look, if you do that again, you're going to get a black eye.
That's
so,
terrible.
Yeah, so he said, I give him a Christmas list anyway. And I said, well, if you can't sort it, I'll just go to eModels. So,
Yeah.
oh, hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
welcome. Welcome. Yeah, hi. You may notice, you may notice there's an extra one today.
Ted, I can't.
There's not just. Yeah, look, I've told you about wearing that hat properly. You've got to wear them properly.
I'm hesitant.
Right.
I don't see a thing.
Yeah, look, it's a Christmas edition, and he's getting the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I like Christmas spirits, especially the ones that are clear and very expensive.
Gin, yes, Christmas spirit, gin and Christmassy tonic, elderflower. Yeah, that's nice.
He's already started off gin. Lost Ted.
Right, you put me off track now. I forgot. I was introducing the new guy. We've got a new guy, people.
We got a new
Ted.
guy.
Yeah, we've got a new guy. Yeah.
Hey, Ted, welcome.
Well, I switched all the electronics on and the live stream and things on, and there was another guy there. Yeah. So I don't know how he got in. Hello. Yes. Yeah. Say hello to the new guy, people. Chris. Chris is part of the new eModels build team, a new member of the eModels build team, and he's also volunteered to come with us to live stream to you all. So, hello, Chris. Chris, it's over to you. Introduce yourself. Go.
Screen's locked on Chris.
Hello.
Talk for 10 minutes.
I'm Chris.
Right, Ted, me and you will just talk for 10 minutes. And we'll
Yeah,
sit here and moderate the chat from live chat moderating because nobody else is here. So
no, you don't do chat moderating anymore, Chris. That's not how it works.
I told you it'd be like a rabbit in the headlights. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Chris. Welcome to the eModels live stream. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have as much fun as Fox and I have had for the past. How many months is it? Lots of months, isn't it?
One more for you than him.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it, 43 shows now, I think, or something?
No, yeah. Well, maybe about that. We'll be coming around to our yearly. We'll have to have a party and a special sort of show and a giveaway. But yeah, tonight it's the last one before Christmas. This time next week, we'll all be sat on the sofa, full of turkey wind, full of Brussels sprouts, and full of Brussels sprouts wind, and enjoying ourselves, thinking, "Is eModels on yet?" But we won't be on next week. Well, because we've asked and we've been given the day off. We can have one day off. Yeah, so we're going to have.
It took us 50 weeks of negotiating, but we got there in the end with Pete, mate. To get that off.
Yeah, we don't get any pay. It's an unpaid holiday.
Yeah, you kind of saw that. And we're like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So we thought we'd turn it into a bit of a Christmas show tonight and wish you guys a Merry Christmas and things like that. And we'll do all that, as time comes along. But that's it. Yeah, that's us. There's three of us now, so there's three of us to get things wrong and press buttons.
I'm not pressing any buttons. I'm well away from the buttons. They haven't shown me where the buttons are yet.
That doesn't mean you're not going to press something by accident, Chris, and make it all go horribly wrong. We trust you to do that.
They haven't even shown me the emergency exit in case of fire. So,
are you the trolley dolly showing us where to go?
Yeah, your exits are to the front, to the side, and to the rear.
We'll drop down from the ceiling.
Anyway, once again, it's your chat, it's your evening. It's up to you guys to ask us questions, comment on things, tell us what you've been doing. No doubt some of you have been to see the new Star Wars film. I nearly said Star Trek then.
Nearly.
Is it Star Trek?
We noticed you pause after the word star. Important announcement, by the way. Some people haven't seen it yet. So no spoilers in the chat, please, because that will be horrible. So don't give any details away in the chat, please, because I haven't seen. I'm going to see it probably tomorrow, I think, but I don't want to know. Don't tell me anything. Yeah. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're joining in the live chat. If you're not watching on YouTube, if you're watching on the eModels website, say via emodels.co.uk/live, and you want to join in the live chat, you can do. Just click on the little YouTube icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube player. and that will take you to the YouTube page for eModels, where you can join in the live chat. As always, if you've got a question for us, put it in big fat capital letters so we can see it. And as always, there is an option if you wish to do super chats, the little dollar sign at the bottom of the chat window, and that will put your chat in a big blue box, and there's no way we can possibly miss that, because we will miss some questions, so apologies. The chat usually goes so fast that we do miss a lot. And I've just noticed that TK is in the chat. Hey TK.
Hey, hi TK.
He's your sole moderator for the evening. So
good evening to TK. There is a question there, and it's something to do with our Christmas show as well. That we're doing a Christmas show between Christmas Day and New Year's Day on Thursday. Is it the 28th? 28th at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah,
1 o'clock. 1
Michael
p.m.
Jackman's
GMT.
Yeah, GMT.
This time of year when you get right, I just keep saying GMT all year, and I kind of forget this non-GMT period.
So Michael Jackman asks, what time and date are we doing the tanks? So it's on the 28th. It'll be about 1 o'clock ish. Yeah, 1 o'clock. And we'll start the build then, and we'll keep going until we either run out of paint, run out of video time, or just somebody pulls the plug out. So Chris hopefully will be along as well. He'll keep you guys in the chat and keep updating what's going on as we sit painting.
Yep, Ted and I'll just be hand shots, like hand models in a catalogue, doing our things. We'll be doing the ASMR bit, and Chris will be your point man to tell us what's going on in chat, because we won't be able to see what's happening in chat because we'll be too busy painting our fingers and sticking things to our faces. So Chris will be the man in the chat reading out. And on camera, but reading out the chat and so on, so we can answer your questions.
So, small words, please. Small words, big font.
So so you still have got time to get an order into eModels if you want to build along one of the Toon tanks. I think you've still got time. You can have an next day delivery for a Toon tank, and you could build along with us at the bench at the same time. And then afterwards, you send us some pictures of what you built. Or if you've got something else and you want to build at the bench, if you haven't got the tank and you want to build at the bench, build at the bench at the same time and send us a picture in.
Talking of sending pictures, don't forget, of course, that early in January, not on the 1st, we will be drawing the next monthly gallery giveaway winner.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've just completed the build, do make sure to go along to emodels.co.uk/gallery and upload a picture of your wonderful build and get rating other people's work, and they'll rate yours. And on around about the start of January at some point, Ted and I will pick a winner for that month's prize. Now, we do have a question, and it's Chris's first question. First question ever for Chris, who I nearly called Paul, and that was really bad. For those who don't, Paul in the chat and Chris, they're good mates, and I always get them mixed up.
I know, I've had several questions from Paul pop up, and I'm ignoring all of them quite convincingly. So, which one did you have in mind?
Paul and Chris know each other, so they'll just be abused going backwards and forwards. But there is one actually not from Paul; it's from Smoo. Hey, Smoo. All right, Smoo. Yeah. Hey, Smoo says, question for Chris. When painting a model, do you prefer pre or post shading? I don't know why I did that in a Scottish accent.
A little bit of both.
It just seemed right.
If I remember to do pre-shading, I'll do that. If not, then I'll bodge it on afterwards.
Oh, again, Chris, because I was talking over you then. Say again.
A bit of both. If I remember, I'll do some pre-shading, but probably I won't, and then I'll just bodge it up with afterwards and post-shading.
How do you do your post shading though? If you bodge it and go, oh, I forgot that. Oh, what's your preferred tip?
The hell out of it, I should think, is probably the
is what
weather the hell out of it. Anything you can't cover in weathering it's all good.
Yeah, or just do like me, weather it so much that there's your panel lining by because
that's right. It goes in lines, yeah.
If you mess it up and you can't, if you get something, just slap it on and cover it all.
Show over. We can go home now.
Yeah.
Mike Mountain asks, does Chris wish he had an eModel jacket?
Well, they haven't sent me a jacket as yet. I mean, it's been days since I've been invited to the team, and it's terrible. I don't know what they're doing over there. They're not like they've got anything else to do this time of year.
No,
so I've made me a
massive shipload. I said shipload, massive shipload of Tamiya models to put on the shelves. There's a hint.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's delivery of Tamiya stuff. So
and Dave Barker's asking. He says you're looking a little bit taller tonight, Chris. Are you sat on a booster seat?
Yep, I've got my chair up as far as it will go.
For those that don't know, Chris is only little. He's only tiny.
Yeah, he's far, far away.
Yes, this Chris is very small, and this Chris is a long way away.
Well, Ashley Sparrowhawk does ask a serious question. He says, "What has been our favourite model at this time of year? At this time of year, what's been our favourite model of the year?" Well, it's been the only model.
Yes, that's all you've worked on, isn't it?
That is the model of your year, yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. I've got loads of bits over there for the last compartment. It's well on its way now, nearly onto the outside. Unfortunately, I can't film any of it at the moment because my computer's bust. That's why if you see me looking around, I'm on the laptop tonight, just so I can get out for a live stream. But I can't film anything because my computer's broke, and I'm just a poor unemployed retiree now. So
yeah, if Ted looks a little more fuzzy than he normally does, because he's not just out of focus, it's because he's on his little old laptop, which is about 1 million years old. So he might be a bit fuzzy around the edges. It's not the gin, it's the laptop.
Oh, did I do the Oshkosh as well? Did I do the Oshkosh? Was that this year?
Was that last year or this year? It was a bit of this year. When did me and you go down? Was that last?
Well, we saw the submarine at Telford, didn't we?
Yeah, and then we went down to get it. But when did we go?
Right, so I must have taken the Oshkosh back then and picked up the submarine.
Well, you took the Oshkosh back when we picked up the submarine, but I can't remember when it was. It was after Telford last year, so it's after November. It probably was. I think, yeah, you finished the Oshkosh last year, so.
I remember. Yeah.
Dave, why's the rum gone barker? Said Ted, the laptop's great. You're nearly in focus.
Yeah, it's not the camera. It's me that's out of focus.
Yeah. Bizarrely, on his rubbish old laptop, he actually gets better picture and focus than he does on his PC. I don't know how that works.
We'll wait till I get it fixed. Yeah. When I saved up enough pennies, I can get my laptop, my computer fixed.
Yeah. If I was going to pick a model from this year, I'd have to say the Eagle, because I had a great time building that Eagle. I loved it. I haven't had a chance to take it back to eModels yet, so I'm just savouring it being on my shelf. But yeah, I've got to take that back. So that's the Eagle. I can't actually remember. Honestly, I can't remember what I've built this year apart from the Eagle. I can remember a couple of others, but yeah, I'd say the Eagle. Eagle by far is the most fun I've had this year because it's the Eagle, man. It's my childhood. We've already gone back to the 70s now, and it's just I've done it. We have to end the show.
Chris, what about you?
I think I have to say the bike. I think I'd have to say that I'm contractually obligated to say the bike because it's an eModels model. So yeah, I have to say the bike.
Nah, you're not contractually obligated, my friend. You are.
No, it was very different to what I normally build, but still fun. And I don't know, being that it had lots of screws and springs and metal parts, it didn't really feel like a model kit most of the time. It felt more like a building something. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
For those that don't know, by the way, as we said at the start, Chris has joined the little eModels video family. He is going to soon be starting at some point his first brand new eModels build. But he's also, we are uploading, he won the Yamaha, it's not Yamaha, it's a Honda CR something.
Honda CRF 1000L Africa Twin.
Yes, he made that earlier this year, so we're actually in the process of uploading all the episodes to the channel over the next few days. So we thought we'd get that on there while he's waiting for his next build for eModels to do. And that's going to be, I guess, the new year then, isn't it, Chris, I guess?
It will be, well, yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting to get the kit from them before Christmas, New Year, so it'll be into the new year.
For those that might not know Chris, he deals in 1/144th scale. So, Chris, what scale is the kit that you're going to be building?
I thought I'd start something in an unusual scale. I thought I'd go for 1/144 scale.
So far out of your normal wheelhouse. How are you going to cope with that?
Yeah. The bike was 1/6 scale, so it's quite a difference to that.
Is he gone?
Are you there? What? Did we do one?
All right. He just stopped talking. I thought he'd frozen. Yeah.
No, we're not going to reveal what it is yet because he honestly said he can't remember what it is now. So
I remember vaguely what it was, but I can't remember exactly. So you know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting.
We're all talking over each other tonight. It's just I think we're just.
That's the trouble. Now there's three of us. It's going to be constant interrupting, and you can't wait for someone else to talk because the other two won't know which one of them is meant to be talking. Am I talking now, or are you talking next? Or you? I'll just sit here quietly.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you've got the button tonight, Fox. Yeah, just ban him.
Yeah.
Mike Mountain said you did the tranny as well. You did the knackered old tranny.
Yes, but I enjoy the eagle more. The knackered old tranny was fun, but it wasn't particularly challenging. Although I did enjoy making the little diorama, and I don't do many dioramas. And doing that little diorama with that little coastal ball was an absolute joy. It was just great with the ammo, shrubs, and that was really good fun. But the eagle, it's just the eagle. You look at it on your desk and you're like, that is awesome. That's just kick-ass. It's an eagle. Nothing I ever build will look more kick-ass than my eagle because it's an eagle. Unfortunately, I have to give it back, but hey, what am I going to do?
Anyway, we've got a question that's come in on a model-related subject.
Mine, good. What are the crowd doing? They never ask us
Yes, yeah. There's somebody in here that wants to actually talk about models.
Have they not seen the show before? We've got to do 45 minutes of talking about the 70s yet.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. When were you born, Chris? Do you remember the 70s? Yeah. Do you remember the 60s, the 50s?
I don't remember the. No, early 70s, 72.
Oh, you're only a year younger than me. You're a child.
Yeah, whippersnapper, young whippersnapper.
I remember when everything was black and white. So
kids.
I came in just after decimal and around about the same time as decimal, just after colour. So.
Anyway, Michael Jacobin says he's got the Rebel P61 for his birthday. Oh, happy birthday to you!
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, and how do I get panel lines to stand out on gloss black aircraft?
Ouch.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't paint the aircraft gloss black. I'd paint it gloss dark, very dark grey, not black, and then use panel lines, black panel lines over that. I think would you agree on that, you guys? I think it didn't TK build. Was that the P61 he built?
No, TK did the Blackbird.
The other one.
If you want to make it look like it's just rolled off the factory floor, then you can do gloss black, but you can't really do any panel lining because unless you give it a lighter color, which then suggests it's been out in dust and things like that, there's nothing you can do. What TK did and what I've done before on dark models is like Ted says, don't paint it black, just paint it like a really dark gray. And what you can do is do your primer coat in a light color, like a white or a gray, and then build up a darker grey colour over the top, but still do the standard sort of pre-shading. So maybe do pre-shading around the panel lines with black, just to get all the panel out, and then go over it with the grey and build it up so that things like the centre of your panels is a little tiny bit lighter than the outside of the panels, which will be a bit darker because of the pre-shading. But build the colour up slowly in thin layers with your dark grey, so you can control how much of the, say, the light colour primer or the black pre-shading shows through, and just build it up that way. And what you'll get then, assuming you don't want a factory fresh aircraft, is something that has a bit of sort of tonal depth to it. It won't just be black or grey. You'll see the shading in there, but it'll just have that little hint, but it'll be enough that then you can then go in with, if it's not already there from the black pre-shade, you can go in with a dark colour or black or something into the panel lines and just give it a bit of extra depth. It's just purely because if you go black straight away, you're kind of knackered. There's nothing you can do. But if you go in with a dark grey, you can always make a dark grey darker. You can't make black darker. There's no darker than black. So start with something a little bit lighter and work your way towards the darkness. If you end up going completely dark all over, then it's fine. I mean, at scale, if you took something that was shiny black, you probably wouldn't see anything in the panel lines anyway, even at scale, because, you know, it's shiny black. So, I mean, you might see it where there's a reflection, you get a light bit of color, but you've kind of got work to go into it. So I would say don't just do black. What I said is factory fresh. It's just rolled out of the hangar and it's just been manufactured and there's no weathering on it at all. I'd give it some weathering, and even a little tiny bit of weathering, just to give that kind of, not dirty. I don't mean weather like dirt and mud. I mean weathering like some of the black parts have faded a little bit and there's a little bit of textural variation. Like look at the anti-glare strip on the front of a cockpit. In front of a cockpit, they're usually done in black, but when you see them in real life, they're kind of an off black grey colour because they're faded because of UV and stuff.
Yeah, something like a tyre black, something like that, which is a black grey would do.
To me, a rubber black's a good colour.
Yeah. As you see with our jackets, they are black, but the difference in the texture. See, there's black inside, and then the outside.
Yep.
It's black. Is black. grey, a different streak. Yeah. So do it like that. Have a look around the back. Have a little try out first.
In nature, there's not really black. It's kind of a man-made tone on the color wheel. There's always like darker shades of greys, and there's blue greys and green greys, and different tones of grey. But you want to start from something lighter and darken it up. You can darken it up with weathering or oil paint, gunk washes, or filters, or whatever you want, and just get it darker and darker, because you can always make it darker, but you can never make it lighter if it's already black.
Right.
What you, Chris, to add to that one?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. As you say, black is a problem. Once you put black on it, that's it. You've got no. You can only lighten it with aluminium or something to actually show where the paint might have scratched off, but you can't make it any darker to really highlight anything. So, yeah, go be my choice. I think
there is one trick you can do, and it's a kind of Gumpler builder's trick, and it doesn't really work on real world vehicles. And that is sometimes on the Gumpler you might have a piece that's black, but they'll go down the panel lines with a silver color. It sounds really weird, but it gives a particular effect. If you've ever built one of the titanium Gumpler kits, like the titanium High New or something like that, they often black, but they have this silver panel lining in the grooves, and it looks awesome, but it's totally nothing to do with real life, so it wouldn't really work on a real world airplane. Look cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Somebody suggested there about putting a hint of blue or red into the dark grey just to give it a tone. It wouldn't need a lot. That's a good idea. That we'll just change the tone of it a little bit, and then it would nice to go black for your panel lines. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Actually, Sparrowhawk has a good question that I've never done, so I have an idea, but I don't know what the answer is. He says, question, how do you make exhaust smoke on a model?
Well, you could use, as the name suggests, to smoke.
I think it means actual smoke coming out of the exhaust, not just a discoloration, I think.
Yeah, I think
it means like the fumes, like the gas.
Yeah. Teddy bear stuffing fluff.
AK Interactive actually do a pre-made wash called exhaust smoke. So that would do for that as well. And I've used this. I use this on the tank. Not always for smoke effects, but just some general streaking. But yeah, a bit of a wash with some Tamiya smoke.
I think it actually means like wisps of smoke, Ted. Like,
does it mean that?
Like you get out of a chimney.
Sorry, I'm not listening.
You're not listening, are you?
I'm playing with it at the moment to try and figure out how to do it, but I think it's. I used teddy bear fluff from stuffing Build-A-Bear things, and that's fine enough that you can shape it to whatever you want. And I think I haven't tried it yet, but I think if you use a hairspray or something over it, then that will fix that in place, and you can then paint that and do what you like with that.
Yeah, then you can paint it with Tamiya smoke. Yeah, do it that
then
way.
You can paint it with the
paint it with Tamiya.
That's what I said.
Interactive stuff. Yeah. Do you want to go out and come back in again? I've seen people do it with just you go to the chemist and get some cotton wool balls and just tease out some strands and make little wisps. Depends on the scale. If it's like a 1/144th kit, big wisp of cotton wool will probably look kind of weird, so you might want to be a bit careful. You can also use the same technique for doing explosions as well. A lot of good dioramas have been done where there's a brilliant one. I can't remember who did it. It's like a World War II truck, and it's obviously been hit by artillery because it's kind of up like that. The wheels are flying off. There's doors hanging off. The guy inside's going like this, and there's panels flying off, and there's just this big ball of smoke underneath it, and like debris flying out with trails of smoke. But when you look at it, it goes to an orange glow in the middle, and what they've done there is they've put like Ted's miraculous not Tamiya smoke. They've sort of airbrushed some of that on the extremities of where the smoke is, where it's kind of cooled a little bit. But what they've done is they've basically just put a piece of clear fiber optic with a bulb on the end, or they've put a little LED in the middle and built up the cotton wool around it and painted some red on the inside and then put more cotton wool over that. So you've got this white cotton wool for most of the smoke with darker colours at the edge because they've sprayed over the smoky colours, and in the middle you've got this orange glow because there's a light in the middle. But what you do is all the little bits that are flying off, like there's a wheel flying off and it's there, but it's got this trail of smoke coming from the explosion, like a finger of smoke. There's just a piece of either wire or clear perspex going through to the wheel, holding it in place, and they just put the smoke around it, the cotton wool, so you can't see it. So there's quite a lot you can do with things like cotton wool.
Yeah, and as people have said, and Chris has said, teddy bear fluff.
Yeah.
They're
Although
saying
that's
Sorry,
actually
that's my
quite
good
a
phrase.
teddy bear.
yeah, they're saying that's Chris's catchphrase, teddy bear fluff.
Is that Chris's nickname now? Teddy bear fluff.
Teddy bear fluff. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, teddy bear fluff is actually a little bit less dense than cotton wool, so you can get some better effects with it.
yeah, that's true. I was going to say mattress stuffing, but that's quite. You can actually buy bags of mattress stuffing, but I don't know how
Yeah.
that would be.
So teddy bear fluff. Teddy bear fluff. Slap it on the teddy bear fluff.
Da, 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 da. Nobody outside the UK will know what that means.
Right.
67's workshop says, as far as I can see, for no reason, Gundam. I applaud this message.
Right, where were we? I've lost.
Vincent from Mr. Loath says, haha, is that Chris's gangster name now, Mike? Tiny Two Tugs, because he's making two tugs. And Mike Mountain says, two tugs has teddy bear fluff, lol.
Belly button fluff. Yeah, whether you could use belly button fluff. Yeah, could you tease? You'd have to save up enough of it.
Ew.
Like a decent explosion.
Next week, we'll find a use for toe jam in your model making.
Right. Question says, Dave, where's the rum gone? What's the best Christmas present you got as a kid?
I've got to think now.
Time ago.
One year I got a Tamiya Frog, the remote control kit. That was pretty awesome. It was an awesome present. As remote control cars go, it's terrible because the battery lasted about 10 seconds and it had plastic ratchets on the wheels for the, what do you call them? The thing that locks it in place of the wheel. I can't remember the word. Anyway, there's like a little cogwheel, another little cogwheel. They go together and whatever those are, they're plastic, so it kept slipping.
Steering rack?
No, the two little cogs that keep the wheels lined up. So when it turns, they don't go like that. It kind of locks them in place. I can't remember the little sort of ratchet things, but they were plastic, so they kept slipping and the wheels were all over the place.
I remember getting an Action Man Scorpion tank. It was huge. You get 3 Action Men in it.
I never had that. I think I inherited one from someone, but it had like no turret and no tracks. I did get one year an Action Man flatbed truck, which sounds really boring, right? It sounds really boring. It's a flatbed truck, so it's a cab, and then there's the flatbed at the back. But it also had the tilt, so it had the frame and plastic sheet for the canvas that goes over the tilt that goes over the frame, and it had a little sort of opening thing on the roof of the cab, so you could have a guy with a gun. But the reason it was so awesome is because I had a Lone Ranger, and the Lone Ranger had like a dynamite box. So what I used to do was because I had 2 Action Men. I had one who was in German World War II Wehrmacht uniform with the helmet. I had a US paratrooper airborne uniform. And what I used to do was basically, I used to have the German guy in the seat of the truck, and the other guy was Indiana Jones. You can see where I'm going with this. And the crate in the back of the Ark of the Covenant in the back of the truck. So I used to go in the garden, and I'd have like one Action Man hanging off to the front of the truck and one guy driving it, and you'd have the bit where he boots him out the door and he goes under the tree. It was great. I was like, what, 12, I think? No, 12, 9. And it was the best thing ever because it was like about this big. But I had 2 Action Men, and I could completely do that whole chase scene in Indiana Jones. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah. I had the Scorpion. I didn't know it was a Scorpion tank at the time. It was just a tank to me because it was green. But yeah, it was great because you get 3 Action Men in it. I had to get the 3, and then you could dress them all up. And then there was always one that were, you had one in combat gear. I think my tank was crewed by a soldier, a sailor, and a member of the Household Cavalry. Yeah.
Oh, I also had a Jeep as well, Willie's Jeep. Action Man, which had an opening bonnet, which just had like a molded engine in it. It was great. So then I could do that, pretend that was a Kubelwagen in front of the truck and do the bit where the truck rams into the back of the.
Yeah, Spoo says he got a big empty cardboard box at Christmas. It was the best fun he ever had.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? What are your memorable Christy Miar's presents?
The only year that I remember being eagerly really must have was, I'm going to bring it back to old TV shows now, the Terrorhawks. I had some Terrorhawks stuff that I really needed. I must have that. And I remember that as being a can't wait till Christmas to get that.
Did you have the bomber? The one that was the plane with the big wing over the top?
vaguely remember something about that.
That's the only one I ever had, and that was awesome.
The little ball robot that was on a stand that did some whizzy round thing.
That was the Zoid, I think. But I had the one. It was I can't remember what it was called, but it was like the fighter plane, which looked kick ass. And then on top of that was this whole wing with a big thing in the middle. You took that off because it was rubbish, but the fighter plane looked awesome. It was great.
Mm. I just got an email.
Lynn's in and saying she's loving my bike build, so thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a great, it's a great build. That. Did you find any issues with the bike build, Chris?
No, not really. No, there was one bit that the instructions seemed to be wrong, but according to people that have been commenting on the video, it wasn't wrong. I've just read it as wrong. One of the handlebar handles, one of them's a brake, one of them's a clutch, and they were done in different colours, which just seemed wrong to me, and seemed wrong to a couple of other people that I talked to. But apparently, no, one of them should have been a different colour because it's different. So,
the instructions weren't wrong, but it's your lack of knowledge about the subject that.
Absolutely, yeah. You should always follow the instructions.
You ever get
you should know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like Lego. If anything doesn't put together properly, you've just done it wrong. It's not.
I think that's a good point there, though. That was obviously a bike, and it was out of your comfort zone. Would you do it again? Would you build another model out of your comfort zone, or would you quite happily revert back into it?
No, I'm happy to experience new things and test myself. And if you just do everything that you can already do, there's not really much point, is there? If you can do it all already, you want to expand your horizons and try new things like this.
Yeah. I noticed, by the way, you have got your eModels branded jacket there, Chris.
Yep. Yep. Also, I haven't sent one, so I had to make it myself.
Was that a mug that you
Do you need any model straw? Did you straight with a bendy bit or curly whirly one, whichever you prefer?
It's pretty horrible. I sort of might tip airbrush spoils out into it occasionally, so I wouldn't drink from it.
So yeah, going back to that thing we were on about there, would you guys out there, would you build out of your comfort zone, or are you happy to stay where you are? Because often there's different challenges out there to build something that you don't want to build, but you know, if somebody's came and said, "Would you build this?" and it's not in your comfort zone, would you do it, or would you pass it on to somebody else?
I must admit, I'm a kind of reluctant person for that. I actually hate building out of my comfort zone. Until I actually finish the thing that's out of my comfort zone, then I actually think it's brilliant. When I did many years ago, I did my 1/72nd scale 7C U-boat. I don't know why. I just suddenly thought, you know what? I really want to build a U-boat. Let me find the biggest U-boat kit I can find. And I found the Revell 3-footer. And I was like, I don't like building boats. I've got no interest, but I'll just do it. And I did it. And when I'd finished, by the time I got to the end of it, I was loving it. But I'm always very reluctant to go into something new because it's like when I play video games, I'd rather kind of have the infinite stealth and the dart gun that does one-hit kills and things like that, and the silencer. I'd rather not just run in. Rah! I want the advantages, but sometimes you kind of have to force yourself to do the difficult things because you do get bored. If you do the same thing all the time, you do get bored. And this is why when I do stuff, I don't just do gunpla all the time, because if I did gunpla all the time, I would actually just turn into a withered husk and die. Sometimes I want other things. So.
Yeah, you do find that once you start building something different, as you say, you do begin to enjoy it. I've scratch built a lot of things, and it's more a case of I was scratch building at the time because I couldn't afford to buy the stuff. So I was thinking, well, if somebody's built it, I could scratch build it, but I don't really know how. But I got the stuff, got down to it, and in the end, I ended up with a finished product. I looked at it, yeah, I built that, and I built it from what was rubbish.
And then you took it to the local boating pond, and it sank, and you were very sad.
Yeah, it sank.
And Paul Stewart says, in terms of video games, Fox running in and going, rah, is my role. Yes, I know. My role really in video games is to stand on a ledge and get pushed off by somebody. Somebody, I can't imagine who, Chris and Paul, would do that.
Well, if the ledges weren't there for a reason, then, you know, they'd be bored ledges. You have to be there and feel functional in their ledgeness.
It doesn't really matter what me, Paul and Chris are playing. It could be anything. We could be playing Tetris and they'd still push me off a ledge. Did you have an email question, Ted, about half an hour ago?
Yeah, sorry. Somebody, sorry, I probably brought it out of context. Oh, got an email. Yeah, if you do have any questions and you're not in the chat and you start watching this on a on your phone or on a pad or something like that, and you can't get into chat, you can still send your questions in to ted@emodels.co.uk, and hopefully they'll pop up in time on my email, and I can read your questions out. But somebody said, when does eModels close for Christmas? I'm not actually sure. I would think they'd probably work up to Christmas Eve, but I would thinking by then it would be more a case of just packing up the orders ready to go out as soon as the delivery starts after Christmas.
You know, Christmas Eve is a Sunday as well, so they might not be working on a Sunday.
Yeah.
If the also is watching this evening, drop 10 quick thing with opening times.
Yeah. So I'll probably think they'll be working up to, but not including Christmas Eve, with it being a Sunday. But they'll be packing up, ready to get your orders out as soon as you can. So if you do have any orders that you want packing up, getting out to you before Christmas, I would suggest the next day or so, tomorrow or something, is get it in and get your order for next day delivery.
Yeah.
Just to ensure you get it in time for Christmas.
Yeah. Don't leave it too late. Go on, Ted. Eventually get around to this email question that you got a week ago.
Yeah. It's from David David. David Adrian.
David
Adrian. Happy holidays to Ted and Foxx.
Happy holidays.
Question: what would you like to achieve in the new year? Have you set any goals for 2018?
Some kind of, I was going to say financial security, but I'll just say some kind of finances would be nice. Any kind of finances would be nice. A good bank balance.
Hope to sell my house.
Yeah, well, no, not so much sell your house as find a new house to get before you sell your house would probably be a goal.
Yeah, get a new house with a new workshop.
Yeah, and get a workshop done quick.
Yeah,
with a good broadband connection.
Yeah.
I'm being totally mercenary here, Ted. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah. I need a new house. Scratch my head.
So if anyone watching this is actually an estate agent and can do a good deal for Fox.
No, I don't want to move out. Ed needs to move out, but move out like in a day and be set up in a day with broadband and a workshop.
Yeah. Chris,
Mike Mountain says, I will start Hello Fox Mum. Sorry, I've just sidetracked that. So
for next year, no, not really anything special. I'm seeing how it goes with eModels, really. Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, I've got so many things to build. I really need to get that space battleship Yamato done. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Yeah, I'd just like to see Christmas next year.
Ted, you're not that old.
I am. I'm a pensioner.
You've got decades left yet, mate. You better have had decades left.
Yeah, you can't do it. Just back to the 2 years then.
Yeah, Chris, you came on at just the right time. I don't know. I'd say I don't know. I haven't really got anything that I want to achieve. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think there's. Yeah, I don't think there's any models I'd want to build. I have models I want to build. If somebody asks that question, what do I want to build next? I'll just wait and see what comes along. I have a few ideas, but we'll wait and see. Yeah,
Lynn Dipple says she just wants to get settled into her new job. Well done on the job.
Yeah, happy new job. Yeah, hope you enjoy that.
Vincent at Mr. Love's Model Making says Fox is waiting to see how hard I go on mine. Before he starts, because he's building a battleship Yamato as well. He's basically saying he's waiting for me. I'm waiting to watch him and see what happens before I start.
Wait for someone else to make all the mistakes.
Also, I've got a lot of Games Workshop stuff I need to build that I'm gagging to build that I haven't got around to yet. And a really, really cool, not Games Workshop, but tabletop gaming dropship that's made of clear perspex, bizarrely, by a company I don't think that exists anymore. But it's a dropship, and it looks like something out of Destiny, but it's tabletop scale, so you can play it in your Warhammer games, but it's made of completely clear perspex, which is really weird. I really want to do that as well. And Star Wars it up. It kind of looks. It's a bit like if you. Some people might not get this reference, but it's a bit like the Moldy Crow. There's a reference. If some people get that, I'll be impressed. That kind of shape. So I want to do that as well. So that might be a goal.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm just catching up in the chat here.
Scruffy Pup has an important question for Fox. Have you got the water leak fixed yet?
Things are happening. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. However, him and his mum do have some new wellies.
Yes, and some water wings. Michael Jackman says, I saw the film online.
Anyway, they're living on the first floor. It's fine.
Sorry, say again, Chris. Say that again, Chris.
Chris, hello.
What? Hey, sorry. Yes.
You spoke over me. What were you saying? He's gone again. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying? Because we talked at the same time, so everybody missed what you said.
Oh, I just said that you and your mum are living on the first floor now because you didn't like the ground floor much anyway, and it's 3 foot underwater.
Yeah, all the radiators are upstairs. It's warmer up here, so. Vincent says, lots of Games Workshop stuff. Yes, has nothing to do with almost 50 Space Marines I sent you. Yes, there is all that as well. Vincent very kindly last year sent me a box with like the entire Dark Vengeance Warhammer 40k set with all the dudes, the Chaos Marines and the Speth Marines and the 3 dudes on the motorbikes. Need to get that done as well. It's good figure painting practice. There's lots of things for me to get done.
Right.
Somebody mentioned. I was actually reading. Somebody mentioned about how they raised the original battleship Yamato and made it into the space battleship Yamato. Almost right. They actually built the space battleship Yamato inside the wreck of the original battleship Yamato to keep it hidden and secret from the alien bad guys. So when it launches, it's actually bursting out of the original hull.
Well, it was actually
original proper real world World War II battleship Yamato. Sounds really stupid, but it's kind of cool when it takes off. Spaceship that launches from
bigger.
Which explains why it's kind of the size and shape of the battleship Yamato.
No. I always went right. It's actually a film.
It was an anime series and a 7-part. It was made into it was an anime series and also condensed into an OVA movie thing. And it was also a live-action film, which wasn't very good. It's a very old, like 1970s anime series. They remade it as Space Battleship Yamato 2199, which is much better than the original, bizarrely. If you've not seen it, you won't find it online. It's great. It's really good. Yamato. I won't sing it.
Yeah, maybe I'll
It's best to watch it in Japanese with the subtitles. It's much more interesting that way.
Right, yeah. If you guys,
battleship, what's not to like?
Is it a ship? Is it a battleship? Is it a spaceship?
Yeah. It's a space battleship.
Space battleship.
Yeah.
Right. More questions, you guys. We need the questions because it's your chat. It's up to you for fire the questions at us, no matter how stupid or unrelated to modelling they are. Yeah, fire them through. Ted at eModels.co.uk, or if you want to come through on the emails.
Right.
Yeah, my brain's slowing down. It's the gin.
Yeah, he's only had 3 pints of gin tonight. Well, Adrian David's already thrown us off the rails anyway, because his question is, what 80s TV series would you like to see come back?
Or is it David Adrian?
Hey, David, what?
Is it Adrian David? David Adrian.
David Adrian, David.
Right. What 80s series would I like to see come back? I can't remember. I can't think of what was in the 80s and what was in the 70s and what was before that. 80s series.
I don't know, because they all kind of got to the point of jumping the shark, or they almost jumped the shark, or they totally jumped the shark and should never come back. Because the thing is, if they come back, they're not going to be as good as the original. Like, you could bring back the A-Team, but it would suck because it's not the original cast and it wouldn't be the A-Team. Like the movie showed, it's just not.
Yeah, Dave Barker said it's not the 80s, but he'd like to see the remake of the UFO. I know that you can see it now on Forces TV, can't you? They're running it on there, and you can pick it up on YouTube as well. But if they brought it, there has been talk about bringing UFO back. But I think if they bring it back, it'd be more modern, and the actors they wouldn't be acting in that 80s, 90s type way anymore. You know, yeah.
Well, it wasn't. It was 70s, wasn't it? UFO.
Was it 70s?
It wouldn't have that late 60s. Well, it was very early 70s. Kitsch.
Yeah.
60s, early 70s kitsch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be up for remakes, but I'd also instantly hate them because they'd be remakes and they're never good. And they just try to get known actors into the parts, and you'd be like, well, that's just him and him and him. That's not. I don't know.
Yeah, if you know what I mean, they had that 80s acting sort of ability, didn't they?
Well, big shoulder pads and Dallas glances.
80s acting was basically waiting until it's your turn to talk and then saying your line and then standing there quietly until someone else finished talking again.
Yeah,
we try and perfect that, but we don't do it.
Could probably do that.
We should take lessons from Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. Now there's three of us. Can you please raise your hand if you want to talk?
Yeah. The only thing I've seen of like an old TV series that's been remade and is actually good, and this sounds really weird, is the new Thunderbirds. Because like we all grew up with Thunderbirds, and Thunderbirds was great, but when you watch it now, you're like, it's a bit pants. The new Thunderbirds that came out a few years ago, it's all CGI, and it's a mixture of CGI and Weta Digital actually made practical sets and practical models and stuff. But the characters are all CGI. And it actually works really, really well because you've got the physical sets and the physical models. It just gives it a certain depth of field and look that it's not all CGI like the remade Captain Scarlet was. It wasn't very good. It kind of works, and the acting's good, and the storylines are actually quite good. It's a little bit modernized for the modern audience. They've got funky computer stuff. Brains is a terrible cat. I can't stand Brains in the new Brains. It's horrible. But it actually works, and I actually found myself binge watching. I think there's only 2 seasons so far. It's worth watching because it is pretty good. It's like slightly modernized, but it just works. So if you've not seen that yet, I think it's on Amazon. It's probably on Netflix and others, but go and dig it out. I think there's 2 seasons, and it's actually, I think it's just called Thunderbirds Are Go. It's actually pretty good. It's quite impressive, actually. I'll be honest. For a kids' TV series nowadays, when you see modern day CGI series, usually fairly pants, but it's actually really impressive. And it involved Weta Digital, so go and check it out.
Going back to 80s TV, though, could you see the bill being rewritten?
The bill?
That was 80s when it started in the 80s.
It started in the 80s and ended in 2009.
Yeah.
I did do my 2-year-long marathon of every Bill episode ever. I started with the first ever episode, Wooden Top, in 1984. And I watched I found them all online. I've watched every single episode of The Bill. For those that don't know, it was a police sort of drama series. It went from being half an hour to an hour, and then 3 times a week at 45 minutes. It went on. It started in 1984 and it finished in 2009. And there's like 3,000 episodes or something crazy. I watched every single episode up to about 2003 when it suddenly became really pants and turned into a soap opera, and that's when I turned off. But yeah, you couldn't remake The Bill because you couldn't recast Reg Hollis.
No, it'd be too politically correct now as well. So
yeah, well, that's the way it went. It went from a really good character drama with a really great ensemble cast. You got Tony Stamp, you got Reg Hollis, you've got all the characters, and you've got Deakin, or you've got DCI Burnside, and just Jack Meadows, everybody's favorite. All these great characters, and it went from a real good character drama to the 2000s when it just became a soap opera with lots of young, beautiful people in the cast, and I'm like, all having affairs, and I'm like, yeah, this is not interesting now. This is ITV now. That it's gone from being an awesome series to just ITV pap. So
you see, I lived the real thing. I joined in '89.
So were you Tony Stamp or Reg Hollis?
I think it was Reg Hollis. Yeah.
Did you get the caravan to go around and do the awareness thing? Yeah. Community caravan.
Yeah. I think I made a good Reg Hollis.
Did you have to live in police house? Boarding lodging?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had to live in police houses when I first joined the job. Yeah.
What was it called? It was called the something where they had like the big building full of all the lodgings. It was like that
was just for the single lads. Yeah. we've got a police house. We had to live in
Section
that.
house, that's it.
Lee Chambers said Z Cars. Yeah, that was going back a bit, but it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have actually remade, and again, this is a British thing that outside Britain you won't know. They're actually redoing Crown Court. However, it's now a kind of drama, but it's not a drama because the audience. Okay. When I explain it's an ITV series, you'll understand straight away. It's an ITV series, which means at some point you have to phone in and cast a vote because ITV can't make any program now without the public voting in on something on the phone. So it's like Crown Court, the drama, but you vote in and you are the jury. And they also have Judge Rinder, who's this really annoying guy explaining things to the audience. So it's rubbish. But if they could remake Crown Court, that'd be good. Crown Court would be great. Crown Court was the I'm skiving off school and I shouldn't be at home program.
Oh, yeah, I remember Crown Court. Yeah, boom. Yeah, I remember that. Your Fiesta says Ted is Burnside. He'd watch it.
Yeah, DCI Burnside. Shut it, you slag. What's my favourite quote in the bill ever? I think
Your Nick.
No, Burnside asks Rod Skase is this kind of clueless, gormless, good-looking copper, and his governor says to him, "Rod, I need you to go on this obbo tonight. I need you to go and stake out this building." And he says, "I can't, Sarge. I've got to go out tonight. I've got something arranged." So he turns to the governor and says, "Have you heard this, Gov? Rod says he's got a social life," and his governor looks at him and goes, "Ponce," and just walks off. Oh, my favourite line. Earlier on, when I mentioned the Mouldy Crow, I was making that model that looked like a ship called the Mouldy Crow. Troughton Chard says the Mouldy Crow was Cal Katarn's ship in the expanded Star Wars universe. Almost 10 points. It's his ship in Dark Forces, the game, first. Then it was in the expanded universe. But yes, so at least somebody out there knows their Star Wars expanded lore. 10 points.
Adrian David says my quote of your Knicks was actually in the Sweeney, not the bill.
Your Nick.
Yeah. Festa comes up with an actual proper question. The one for you, Chris, I think. Question 140. I'll start that again. Going out, coming in. Question 114. I can't say this scale at all without tripping up. 1/144 scale figures are scarce. Is there an alternative? I want a crew for my U-boat.
Yeah, I don't know. I did see that pop up in chat, and someone answered it and said there is a Gundam pit crew pack that is all 144 scale, and they're just guys in overalls. But no, there's not really anything to choose from. Not that I've
There's no alternative to 1/144 scale because if your vehicle's 1/144 scale, you kind of have to have the figures in the same scale. But yeah, if they're kind of only really around in places like Japan. So you might have to go onto Amazon or something, but you can get little extra packs of like maintenance crews for 1/144 scale gunpla. And like Chris says, they're just blokes in overalls, so you could customize them a bit. There probably are packs and kits and figures at that scale, but I don't know.
Dave Barker pops up in the chat and says the OO gauge is close enough to scale railway model thing.
Yeah,
I think it's 00. It might be N gauge. It's one of them. There is a modelway scale. Railway scale.
You got my teeth in tonight.
The lips thing's catching. That's I think it's 143 or something. That's very close, or 148. That is close enough. So you might get away with it.
It's close enough to 1/144th. Aren't they like 4 times as big?
No, one to 148 or something. It's close.
Yeah, they're going to be tiny, aren't they? They're tiny anyway, so a little bit of a. If they were 0.5 millimeter too big, it wouldn't really matter.
But that
guy. Question from TK says, what would I need to treat copper rod in any way? What I do with it first, TK, is rough it up, bit of emery on it. Mr. Vincent's already answered it. Rough it up and use lacquer primer, or use some of the Mr. Hobby metal primer on it. But definitely put a primer coat on it.
Yeah, you can actually use as well. To me, a rattle can primer is for plastics and metals. And there is also a Mr. Hobby, Mr. Metal primer, I think. I don't think that's airbrush. I don't think that's airbrushable, or it's not a spray can. It might be. I don't think it is. You can get metal primers, but yeah, Tamiya rattle can, or if you're not using that, just make sure you scuff the surface up so it's quite rough to grip. The primer's got something to grip to.
Steve Shed says double O gauge is 176. So would it be N gauge? Which is
it might be. I can't remember which one it was, but there is one that's close.
Yeah.
Well remembered, Chris. Well remembered.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't me. Someone in chat said it was 00, but I wasn't sure. I think it might be N.
We're just giving you grief on your first day.
I might not come back
because you bought a can metal primer yesterday. Yeah, the Tamiya stuff is metal or plastic, so it can go on either.
Yeah, I just saw who's
Vincent says Fox, the Mr. Color, Mr. Metal stuff is not a primer; it's a prep agent rather than the actual paint.
Yeah, and Philip Rhodes has said a word from said a phrase from the Sweeney, which I have actually used. I kid you not, I have actually said, "Put your trousers on, you're nicked."
I have to admit, actually, I did say to a policeman in all genuineness, it's a fair cop, gov, you got me banged to rights.
Yeah.
I got pulled over. I actually accidentally went through a red light and he pulled me over. And I just got out and was, fair cop, gov, you got me banged to rights. And he looked at me and he went, get in the car.
Slap on the bracelets.
If you get pulled over for something like that, you may as well just approach it with good humour.
Yeah. Yeah, if you know you're going to get done, you might as well have...
the policeman stops you and you give him grief, you're just getting nicked.
Mm. Yeah. Well,
Tony Black says N-gauge is 1 to 148 scale. So it's close enough.
That's near enough.
Near enough.
Dave Barker says one of them, his local model shop has loads of trade stuff with bags of figures that are about 1/144th. So yeah, I think you're looking at railway. So that was it. Do you say double N gauge, isn't it?
N is only 1/148. Yeah.
Yeah. So at that scale, you're not going to notice this must be 1/144th and 1/148th. It'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
There will be pictures of like middle-aged men with pot bellies and railway conductors and ladies with children, but
you won't be noticed that on a submarine. You know, men with sticks and ladies with children.
Custom work to them.
We're nearly into an hour. We're nearly into your first hour, Chris. We've done an hour.
Let's have a recap. How are you doing, Chris? How are you feeling about this now?
Yeah,
I'm sure I only had an hour of my community service to make up, so I can probably go in a minute. Can I?
Yay! Oh, you know what? You can have more though. You know why? Because you didn't wear your big, bright yellow high-vis jacket saying "total scrote." Criminal, isn't it?
I have to do another half hour then.
Yeah, you got another couple of hours at least. So you shot yourself in the foot there, mate.
Zadster says Life on Mars was about as close you can get to the Sweeney.
Yeah, Life on Mars was good.
That was brilliant. Ashes to Ashes and Life on Mars were brilliant.
Well, Ashes to Ashes wasn't as good, but Life on Mars.
I don't know. I thought it was.
It's 3:30 Wednesday. Favorite quote: "It's 3:30 Wednesday. I'm having oops."
I'm having oops.
I'm having oops. The best bit in Life on Mars was on one episode. The very last scene was basically had a big Tenants Party 7 beer keg. And the last one was the guy there with the chisel, and he got the hammer, and he went like that. And that was the end titles. And it was like, I have memories of my dad getting Party 7s, and it really was, you had to get a hammer and chisel. But didn't do it in the bath, because it'd go everywhere. But there you go, there's whatever, 7 litres of beer.
Oh,
was.
Party 7, Watney's Red Barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, Watney's Red. Goes down great guns. In the days when every pub was brown, just not Robinson's pubs.
Yeah.
If you want to travel back in time and you're in the UK, going to a Robinson's pub, it's like going back to 1973. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Michael Jackman says, "What's in store?" We'll have a look at that in a minute.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Steve Shed's scale model says, "Can I send a picture of his 1/8 scale 67 Shelby?" Of course you can. Yes, send it to eModels. Go to the eModels website, emodels.co.uk. Have a look at the website. Go to the gallery, and you can upload it on there, Steve.
Yeah, in the gallery.
Yeah, we'll be glad to see it. Yeah.
emodels.co.uk/gallery.
Gallery. Yeah.
Yes. Get it up there. If it gets some 5-star reviews, then it becomes eligible for the monthly gallery giveaway prize.
Yes, we never know. Just whatever takes our fancy at the time of judging. So,
yep.
And yep, other people say Michael Jackman says Watney's Party 7. Yeah,
yep, Watney's Party 7. Trot and Charge says Ruddle's Ale.
I never did.
Mike Mountain says a double diamond works wonders.
Double diamond works wonders.
I find myself missing 1970s beers.
Yes, they were all rubbish.
Yeah, but it was 1970s.
Yeah, that was before. I think that was about the time that the camera came along, wasn't it? Campaign for
it was kind of just before Lager.
Mm.
Wow, Gareth Redfern, thank you very much.
Merry Christmas to you as well, Gareth. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas, Ted, Fox, and Chris. Hello, Fox's mum. Gareth, thank you so much. That is kind of you. So there you go. The more greater and more obvious your little Snapchat. It's not a Snapchat. What we're talking about, a super chat.
Super chat. It's in a different color. Have you noticed it's a different color as well? It's gold.
Yeah,
different money.
It's like bing.
The more you spend, the nicer color it gets.
Imagine if you did one for like £400. Imagine what color that would be beyond color. That'd be like infrared or something.
Oh, it's cool. Live chat.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So where were we? Yeah, we were on about chemical beer, weren't we? Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah, 1970s. It was like late 70s when nonsense lager started coming in for all the yahoos. I don't do lager. Lager's rubbish. Drink proper man's beer.
Yeah, sometimes like a lager when it's hot because lager's cold. Beer's warm.
Yeah, you want proper brown ale. Scott from Orkney sent me a couple of bottles of Orkney Skull Splitter. That was really nice. It was actually pale ale, but it wasn't fizzy lager rubbish. It was pale ale, so it was really sweet. Dead nice.
Wait a minute, you've had both of them now.
Mum just shouted hello to everybody.
Hello, Fox's mum.
A 3.5 hour delay watching it, so she.
Hartley's beer. Don Gilchrist said Hartley's beer was that bad you had to go to the local and drink long life cans. No, Hartley's beer, Hartley's XB in Hartley's town. If you search on Google, sorry, not Google. If you search YouTube for Bag or Rags, that's Bag or Rags, you'll find a song about Hartley's ale. It'll be stood somewhere, Hartley's brewed fat ale, etc. And it goes on.
Yeah, just don't look up songs about Newcastle Brown because that'll take you into a very bad place. Don't. My mum and dad used to drink. What was it used to drink? My mum and dad used to drink cans of Breaker.
Oh, Breaker. Yeah,
which I believe was an American beer.
It was lager, wasn't it?
Oh, it was in America as well. That was kind of, I think that may have been fizzy lager nonsense though.
Anyway, we're digressing. This is a family show. We shouldn't be talking about beer.
Yes.
We're going to have a look at what's in the store.
Yep.
Have you got...
Let me grab my nose, because as viewers know, the moment there's a camera on me, every orifice just seeps. I don't know why. Shall I do a screen sharing?
Do a screen sharing.
I can't see the chat at all at this point. Hang on.
Tron Chart said he's off to bed, so he's up at 3 in the morning. Just hang about for what's in store, and then you can go off to bed.
Who's going
Good
there?
night to you.
I've got to find it yet. Right, let me go back to screen share. 1 second. I've also got to close a load of stuff that you don't want to see.
Oh, aye. Oh, yeah.
They're not locked to me, is it? Hang on. Oh, Ted, I'm doing it all wrong. I've not done it properly. Let me lock it to me, and then we'll do a screen share and keep the crowd busy while I'm talking.
Yeah. You've got to dance, Chris.
There we go. Are we in?
We're in with screen sharing.
Yes, we're doing a bit of a theme tonight. I can't imagine why we're doing this theme, but what theme are we doing, Ted?
We're doing a 1/144 scale as a
could be a read, but I'm not sure.
As a tribute to our new eModel live streamer.
Yay!
And I don't think it's locked on you. It's not locked on you either, I don't think.
Is it not?
No.
Hang on. Let me unshare. It should be locked on me.
Oh, maybe it is.
He had an icon in the corner of the thing.
Let me try again.
The chat will have to tell us if it.
Right, there you go. Should be sharing.
Yeah, it's maybe just flashing between
everybody, or when Ted talks, does it not be locked on me?
Right. Speak, Chris. You speak, Chris.
I don't speak now. I don't know. I'm going to.
Chris. I think what it does. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting used to just being you and I on here, Fox. Now Chris is on as well. When he speaks, it clicks to him. So yeah,
Like I'm not wanted anymore.
To me, it's just I'm seeing that.
Never mind. We're looking at the 1/144th tiny kit over the Tupolev TU-144.
Wait, is it locked to me? Have you seen it? I'm confused now.
We're seeing it.
Okay.
It's locked on Fox. Scruffy Pup said it's locked on Fox. It's probably just us because we're in the stream. Yeah, so it's locked on Fox for the Tupolev 144 Soviet supersonic passenger kit. Passenger airplane. Obviously, as we all know, this was the Russian sort of answer to Concorde. We did have a look around eModels to see if we could find a Concorde, but there doesn't seem to be one out there.
Wait a minute. Sorry to interrupt. The writing on that box: the world's first supersonic passenger aircraft became a TU-144. I think Concorde might have something to say about that.
Yeah. I didn't see that. It's too small for me to read.
That's not quite right.
Yes, well,
Could ICM be perhaps a Russian manufacturer, do you think, perhaps?
Probably. Yeah, we're the best. Yeah, but yeah, well, I don't think this was very successful. But did it actually go into passenger service? Does anybody know?
It says that 9 were built, and 9 engines were built, regular passages in Moscow. Yeah, it says that on the box. I don't know if you can see it.
No,
2 aircraft made regular passages in Moscow to Alma to Atta line from November 1, 1977 to June the 1st, 1978. It lasted a year. Well, no, it lasted 7 months. I don't think it was very good. It wasn't very aerodynamic.
Michael Jackson does say that it was the first. The TU-144 was the first in service.
So in service. Oh, okay. But we started designing ours in like 1947. So.
Yeah. As Vincent said, it was called Concordsky, wasn't it?
Yes, Concordsky. Yes, so it lasted all, 7 months.
Yeah, Michael Jackman said it cracked up at Paris Air Show.
Yes.
So
it just cracked up the Paris Air Show. I don't know, but
I think that's
apparently it wasn't very good.
I think that sort of sealed its fate. Yeah, well, there's a nice aircraft for you to build. A bit of pocket money as well.
Yep.
Nice in time for Christmas.
And it, being 1/44 scale, it won't necessarily be a small kit because 1/44 kits can be quite large. So, depending on the subject.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, so a nice little aircraft there. Something different, something of the unusual.
Yes.
Yes. So, what else have we got?
We have.
Right. Yeah.
I don't really need to do this one next, but we're doing it next now anyway.
Yeah. Well, you could put your Concordsky on the coastal kits. Is it coastal? They are coastal kits.
Coastal kits 1/144 V bomber pad.
Yeah.
You could put anything on it if you want.
Yeah.
If you watch me do my transit build, I use one of these. I think I used actually that exact pad to make a diorama on top of for my transit van. I just put some grass textures where the grassy bits are and the concretey bits. But they're basically pre-printed from photographs, just pre-printed diorama basis. So if you don't want to necessarily make a big diorama, but maybe you want just rather than have your model on a shelf, or if you've got to take it to a show, you don't want it just sitting on a table, get yourself one of these little diorama plates. They're standard size. I think they're A4 and A5 standard sizes. So they tend to fit in quite a few different picture frames.
And it's surprising what a difference just getting one of these coastal bases is, and just not doing anything to it, and just putting your aircraft on, how it would immediately lift your model. Yeah,
I mean, I say I do build a diorama, add it out, but because I just wanted the concrete texture under my transit van, so the little flagstone texture was great because even though it's 1/144 scale, it was kind of all right for 1/24 scale flagstones, which is fine. Or you could just leave it as it is. Like I say, it's great for shows if you want to get something in a show on a table, but you don't want to have to build a diorama. So there's quite a few reasons. Just do a quick search for coastal, and you'll see there's quite different scales. There's 1/35th, there's 1/72nd scale ones. I think this one's also available in 1/72nd scale, so it's bigger for your 1/72nd scale models.
Cool.
Yes. What's next?
Excellent. What else have we got in store today, Mr. Fox?
What else have we got? We've got anything from the chat while we're doing this?
Yeah, they're all chatting amongst themselves. They're
cheating using one of them, but I think we'll get away with it for, as you say, for quick. When you just want to do a quick display, then they're fine.
Yeah, some people just don't like doing dioramas. Some people don't think there's some people that just don't want to do dioramas because they don't think they can do it, but they just don't want to have their model sat on a shelf. So there's no harm. Stick a picture frame around it; it'll look great.
They do work as well. They work brilliantly if you're taking a photograph of your model, because they are photographs themselves. They actually really do come out well in a photograph. Anyway, moving on.
This isn't quite a 1/144 scale, but it's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's slightly unusual. It's the
Mark 1 models 1/720th scale Zeppelin LZ127 Graf Zeppelin.
Graf Zeppelin.
Yes.
I've seen a few photographs of, I don't know whether it is the Graf Zeppelin, but I've certainly seen a few photographs of a Zeppelin over Barrow in the first.
Oh, look at this. They've got we can't sell this in Germany if we put swastikas on it. So they've got the little markings to go on top of the flag, so there's no actual obvious swastikas on the decal sheet. I do prefer when people do that rather than just don't put in swastikas at all, because then it just looks stupid. You see a lot of Revell kits don't have swastikas on the flags. They just have either made up flags or just red and white circles and squares. But people like Tamir and these guys, they give you the bits to stick on top of that to make the correct flag. So I like when they actually go to that effort.
Michael Jackerman says you need a sock with camel to go with it.
Yeah, in 1/720 scale. Good luck painting that one. Good luck in rigging on that one. Wow. We've got all the windows there to go on the gondola. It's actually got some sprue shots as well. Let's have a look. I don't think you're expecting a lot of parts in this kit.
No.
Because it's not exactly a parts-heavy build, I don't think.
At least you don't have to rig it with a canvas and everything. Do it that way, build it that way.
In fact, I think that's the entire... That's all the sprues, just one sprue.
Is that the sprue?
That's it. That's all of it. That's your entire kit. So this would be a great fun weekend build. Yeah.
We used to build airships here in Barrow as well. We were an airship building town. Her Majesty's Royal Naval Air Station airships were built.
Yeah, they couldn't go underwater very far. They're a bit rubbish.
No, they were rubbish.
Yeah, so you've got decals to go over your little gondola, so it looks pretty sweet. That good little fun weekend build. And certainly unusual on your shelf in your display cabinet.
And I think, if I'm right in saying, there was silver, weren't they? So you can use the silver buffing powders you've got.
Yeah, that might be a bit too shiny. That might be better. Yeah, that AK True Metals Duraluminium would actually be a good colour for that. Or the flat aluminium. Some of the aluminium tones they've got might be good for that.
Tony Black says, I wonder if they now have the technology to build safe hydrogen blimps.
Yes, they do.
They're building blimps, aren't they? Are they filled with hydrogen? I don't think they're filled with hydrogen now, though, are they?
It's helium now.
Or some other inert gas. Yeah, there's loads of them. I mean, the Goodyear blimps, 60 years old. The one that goes around filming the Super Bowl every year. There's that one in this country that kind of deflated a few weeks ago. The world's biggest flying vehicle, the one that had like a bottom on the back. It looked like a butt, let's just be honest, at the back. Yeah, blimps are still around. They're not a lot of them because they're not the most economically viable. But there are some plans to make blimps that actually are used as, instead of satellites, for things like internet service. So that they're using the plan to use blimps to bring like internet access to third world countries where they don't have, satellite services. So yeah, something unusual, this one.
So yeah, something different. I always like to bring you something different. Remember, if you do see any of these, if you like the look of any of these things that we show you in store, you need to get them in your basket. Yeah, slap them in your basket.
Slap in.
Yeah, because we do know that once we show something on the what's in store, a lot of people think, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and it sells out pretty quick. Sometimes the guys at eModels might only have one or two of these kits in stock. So if you like it and you want it, slap it in your basket.
Yep. Don't hang around. The number of times we've actually come out for the end of a stream and Pete's contacted us and said, yeah, we've sold out of all those now. Brilliant, thanks. Yeah, what's next, Ted? Let's do the next one, shall we?
Let's do the next one.
Next one is...
Oh yeah, this one is in the silver. It's a silver finish Vickers of Valiant. from the we're going back to the 60s, aren't we? 50s, 60s. The Vickers Valiant, the V bombers, the V class bombers and such.
Yeah.
Didn't the Valiant become? I'm sure you guys out there will know better than I did. Didn't the Valiant become a tanker? We kept the V bomber and the Valiant became a tank.
I think it might have done. But this is the 1144 Vickers Valiant B Mark 1 in silver finish.
Yeah. Any of these tempting you there, Chris? Anything you want to?
They're not bad, but there's a lot of planes that are 144. So although that's 144, not 1144, so that's quite a big one.
Oh God, we've read that wrong, haven't we? Hello.
That's one.
That's your fault.
There's a 4 missing off it.
Wait,
there's
if that's
a
144,
one,
this thing about 18 feet across.
All right, this is going to be a big model then.
Yeah.
Trot chance it is
144 scale, but that's actually typed wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Might have to check that with Pete Ratings to find out exactly what size this one is, because now I'm not sure.
But even if it is at 144 for a 35 quid kit at 144, that's it's a lot of kit for that money.
Yeah, so I get one anyway, and then if you get this massive box and you bonus. If you don't get a massive box, bonus.
The Victor became a tanker.
Tony Black says Welsh Models does 1 to 144, so it probably should be 144, but
I'll let the chat know that should be possibly slightly corrected.
Yeah,
no, I think it should be my scale.
Yes, back in the room.
Yeah, Steve shared scale model said he's off to bed last day in tomorrow, then he's off till the 8th of January. Woohoo!
Yay.
Stay sober.
Yeah.
Remember, stay sober. Drink.
Stay sober. Charge.
Yeah. Drink responsibly and stay drunk.
Yes, just stay drunk. All right. What's next then, Ted? Should we go for the next one?
Yeah, go on.
It's interesting because it looks like it's Welsh Models, not a massive manufacturer, and you can actually get some absolute gems and diamonds from some of these. They're not quite garage kits, but they're small run sort of bijou companies that make these kits, and the same kind of companies that do things like the vacuum form, like you did your Bluebird. That was who's that Bluebird kit from?
That was a bit of a garage kit. I can't remember who actually made
it.
Speedline seems to ring a bell.
So when you get into the territory of these companies that aren't, it does say on there 144. There you go. When you get into these companies that aren't like big massive manufacturers, and they're more sort of small run manufacturers, you can pick up some absolute gems and diamonds. So definitely worth having a look at this one. I think if you're into your vintage British aircraft and you like your 1144, or even if you like bigger scales, smaller scales, give it a try. 35 quid.
Adrian Davis said it did become a tanker, but now we use the Boeing KC-135. Oh, well.
Yeah,
I knew our viewers know more about this stuff than we do.
Yeah, if it's Gumpler, I'm good. If it's Tank, Ted's good. If it's Tiny, Chris is probably all right. Other than that, you just wait for the chat to correct us, and then we play.
we just make it up. If we try to sound knowledgeable, though we might not be. At least if we try to sound it, we might get away.
Sounding knowledgeable is fun. That's good for most things.
Yeah, I mean, we discovered the perfect method is to say lots of things that are kind of open-ended and non-specific. So we're not necessarily saying anything of any value, and the chat can normally fill it in for us, and we can then adapt what we say. So,
yeah, we've become the masters of.
Yes, I agree with what you just said.
Yes, I agree with all the things that you just said in that sentence of the speaking that you did. Moving on. What's next? Something different now. Something a bit more fun and silly.
Oh, I haven't seen this one, but I have seen it now. This is the Eastern Express. Once again, 1144 scale. I've lost it now.
Airport service set. Number 4.
Airport service set. This is all the bits and pieces you're going to need if you're building maybe civil aircraft that we looked at last week. And I think even some of the military stuff, if you just paint it green, it would become a military type version. Because I'm sure that
even things like Gunpla or any kind of sci-fi that's in the right scale, these kind of look like awesome vehicles. Even if if you pretend they're not like just the things that pull the aircraft across the strip, they look kind of cool. They look kind of alien style. So you can have great fun with these. They're just funky little flat things. I love funky little flat vehicles like these. They're great.
What is the thing in the bottom left-hand corner?
Those are, if I remember rightly, that's the big thing that joins the towing truck to the plane.
Oh, right, okay.
I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah, sort of like the tow bar.
Yeah. I'm not being able to read Russian, I couldn't tell you, but see, these would be perfect for like if you had an HG Gunpla and you want to build a little sort of, it's being repaired or anything like that, you could use these. Perfect. These fit with HG and RG Gunplas. So there you go. And they look kind of slightly futuristic.
Mike Mountain says, hang on, how did Gunpla get in on this?
Always with the Gunpla. I always get the Gunpla. You should know that, Mr. Mountain, by now.
You've got to get a Gunpla in. I've got to get a slap in on in.
We could be talking about a 1/32 scale model of a nun, and I'd still get Gunpla in there somewhere.
So you've got to get Gunpla in. I've got to get a slap in on.
Yeah.
And Chris has got to get teddy bear fluff.
Yeah,
Chris has got something to work in somewhere, I think. Teddy bear fluff works for me. And in this kit, you actually get 3. It says you get 3 plastic model kits. So I don't know how that works because you've got 3 vehicles there, and then the towing bar. So I guess that's in there as well. So you get your 3 vehicles
and a big 4 in the middle. Oh, it's number 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get your towing bars. 29 quid. 30 quid.
Terry at Smooth Workshop says, "Can you tow Transformers with them?"
I don't understand that word. Moving on.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on to the next one. More of that. We've got some more little funky flat vehicles.
Oh, these are the airport buses.
Yeah, airport buses. A bus, tram, bus, tram. I don't know what that top one is. It's like a space bus.
Yeah. I remember going on one of these buses when we flew into Dubai. We went. You think at Dubai, huge international hub. You just get off your aircraft and go across the concourse to another one. But no, we got off down the steps. You know how they rumble the steps up to the front of the door, down the steps onto one of these buses, which was dark. It was the middle of the night, so it was dark outside. The bus had tinted windows, and we were driven around. It must have been for about an hour. I thought we were being kidnapped. Yeah.
Where am I going? The one thing I don't understand on that bus on the top, they both look kind of, awesome. I don't understand why it's got his wheels covered up. Why would it need his wheels covered up?
Philip Rhodes says an aircraft tug was used in the film Aliens, converted into an armoured vehicle. So they wouldn't have to convert that one very much because it's already got the wheels covered up. Yeah.
But that's the beauty of these little things is that you think, why would I want to buy an airport tug? It's like, because you can make it into something cool if you're not building an airport. You could make it into something sci-fi. There's a lot of potential for modding.
Yeah,
maybe not so much with this one with the buses, but if you're building airporty stuff, these buses might come in. I still don't want to know why that's got his wheels covered up. I don't understand the benefit.
I think it makes
it be a really sharp right turn.
I think it's
it looks like a block of wood. It can't go any less aerodynamic if it tried.
I think it's just to make it look like it's hovering.
Yeah, it's a land speeder bus.
It might actually be a practical purpose if it stops people walking along the side of it. They can't get their hands trapped in the wheels and things.
Does that often happen with buses in a normal life?
I don't know.
Yeah. But the one below it's got no covers.
The public
people get their arms stuck in a bus wheel.
Yeah, you haven't worked with the public though, Fox.
Yeah, I have. Trust me, I have. And in this kit, you get 2 of the buses: the top bus and the bottom bus.
And then nothing happens for hours, and then 2 come along at once.
Yeah, there you go. I shall turn off the screen share now because the next one I'm not going to show yet. So let me go back to the magic streaming page. Where is the streaming page? Stop the screen share. There we go.
Hey, welcome back.
Right,
hey, still there.
So there you go. All that stuff in store. If any of that tickled your fancy, like Ted said before, do make sure to just go and grab it now, because they might not be in stock for long. And a lot of those kits we show, they're usually only in small numbers anyway. They might only have 3 or 4 of them. So if you want one, go and grab it, because it might not be there by the end of the show. Now, Ted, what I'm going to do, I need to go away from the camera for 1 minute.
Right.
Because yes, I need to go for a big wee. I also need to pick out something for later. So you just entertain the chaps for a moment while I take my camera off. Just momentarily. I'll only be a moment.
Yeah, right.
I think this works without killing the whole stream because I'm in charge. Hang on. Can they all see you?
Yeah, we can't see you, but we can still hear you.
Yeah, I can press a button for that. Hang on.
Right. Right. God, I've got to think of something now. You could give me the early warning.
Mike Mountain. Chris needs a wee, and no, it's not me. It's Fox. He's the other one, the one with the bigger beard.
Yeah, that's why you've got your mug strapped to your chest. It's your emergency. Yeah, if you need to go. Yeah, see, we come prepared. We got the mugs. Yeah. And we'll give one of these away later. I have heard from Gavmate that the eModels mugs are back in stock. So if you want one, if you don't win one in the stream, you can still get them from the eModels website. And I think they are still free postage. So if you see, hey, them guys on the live stream said they can have a mug. Let's buy yourself a mug. So, right, let's have a look. Tony Black says he got his prize one today. Well done, Tony. Smoo, I haven't forgot your stickers. They went in the post today, which means, yes, I did forget your stickers, and they went in the post today. So, yeah. Right, yeah, so it looks like the mugs are turning up in people's hands as they win them.
I'm returned. Turn off his mic.
Oh, you're back. Yeah.
Sorry, chat. It's the downside of drinking all this water live on stream.
Bob Hamilton says stickers. Stickers. Yes, we have some stickers. Am I a sticker? Have you got any stickers yet, Chris? You'll have to be getting a supply of stickers to send out. People can win stickers. I've lost them.
Trust me, next time you get something from eModels, Chris, there'll be about 35 stickers in there because they'd rather we sent them out. Oh, look, it's happened to 20, 35 stickers. Off you go. Yeah.
You know, I can't find them.
Now you're in the family.
Gonna need more stickers now because Ted's lost them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I put them. I honestly don't know where I put them.
Paul Stewart says, Fox, your flyers are undone. Ha, I'm not wearing any pants. Ha. Joke.
Fox, have you got any stickers you can wave to show? Yeah, stickers.
Oh, have you not got any with you?
I can't find them. I had them before.
I actually also have.
I had one. Can't remember where I put it.
I have eModel stickers, the new ones that are bigger than the other one. And I have Tegolson ammo sticker gefarten.
Yeah. No, the ammo
sticking.
Now the ammo stickers, I can't find. I can't find them.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them or one of them. You can.
Not one of them or one of them.
Oh, here they are. Here they are.
Glass bottle, glass bottle. Now you find them.
Now I find them. Now I found them. Have you got? I've got some of the special tiny ones as well.
Now, Ted, have we heard back from the chaps yet about muggage?
Yes, I was telling the guys that the mugs are back in stock. Yes. And in fact, some of the guys have said they are receiving their mugs as we speak.
Hoorah!
So you will be able to have your eModels mug on your Christmas table next to your Prosecco.
Fill it with mulled wine and make me a very happy man.
Make merry with the eModels mug. Yeah. So
before we do questions, I should tell you, I actually made soup last night.
Soup?
I don't mean I opened a can. I mean I combined things in an enormous pan to make the soup.
And you live?
Eh?
And you live?
Casserole, isn't it? When you make your own.
No, I didn't know. It wasn't canned. I actually got chickens and other things, and I made a real soup. Maybe we'll talk about it later. Maybe we won't. But I just wanted to explain I can do cooking. I don't know why. I just felt compelled.
I tell you what, as it's Christmas week and all these people say they want stickers and they want ammo stickers, I'll do 2 giveaways this week. I'll do you. So you can have an eModel sticker.
Wow, you've got a few stickers there, Tedward.
I've got a few stickers here and an ammo sticker. Now I must tell you that I can't find an envelope big enough to put the ammo stickers in, so I do kind of roll it up a little bit to put it in the envelope. Hopefully
it'll get big brown manila ones from the post office.
Yeah.
Probably worth twice as much as the sticker.
But that means I have to go twice to the post office.
To save Ted going to the post office anymore, he's going to send you 35 eModel stickers.
Take one and pop the rest of them.
Whoever wins 35 stickers this week can send them out for the rest of the week.
You'll then be our postmaster. That's how it works. It's like a pyramid scheme, but without profit.
Yeah.
Just like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. We're going to think of a question now.
So we're doing an eModel sticker, an ammo sticker, and a mug.
Yeah, not all at the same time. Yeah, we'll do the stickers first.
Okay.
We'll do. Yeah. So it'll be the first 2 people to answer correctly. Should we do it that way?
First 2 people. Do it that way. It's easier.
Yeah.
And remember the rules, peoples. These are just silly giveaways for the folks in chat. So if you are on the eModels website, emodels.co.uk/live, or anywhere else, and not on YouTube, click on the little YouTube icon at the bottom right of the player, and it will take to the YouTube page where you can join in the live chat. And what we'll do is we'll ask a question. Don't answer. I'm waiting for somebody to tap cheese and onion now. Don't answer until Ted says go. And then as soon as he says go, get your answer in. We'll go for the first 2 correct answers we see. But remember that we see the chat differently to you guys. You see the chat tailored to yourself. We see them as the order they were typed. So there you go. So wait till Ted says go.
Right. I've got a question. I've thought of a question.
I had a question in my mind, but Smooth's already just answered it. So yeah. I can't ask that question.
Yeah, right. I've got a question here. And a short time ago, Fox was asked what was his best model of the year. And I'd like to know what was the make of the motorbike that Chris built. Go.
Cruel man. By make you mean just the manufacturer?
Yeah.
The manufacturer of the kit or the motorbike?
No, the motorbike. Whether it be
Eagle, Tamika.
Whether it be Kawasaki or something like that. Yeah.
Africa Twin.
Honda, says Dave Barker. And Honda says Chris Henderson.
Honda is the correct answer, yeah.
Yeah. So I know it was an Africa Twin, but it was the make I was looking for. The Honda
type Eagle, you have to wait till Ted says go. Because sometimes he throws in the actual different question at the end. That's why we say wait till he says go.
Yeah. So
about 3 people at Eagle.
So Dave Barker and Chris Henderson, well done. I will send you out some stickers. Send me your detail. I know I probably have them or had them in the past, but send me your names and addresses to ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yep.
You know where I am, and we'll get them out to you.
And just massive lol to everybody who said Eagle, because that's hilarious. Because they didn't wait for the question to finish. You see, that's why we throw in these little handbrake turns.
Is that why, or is it that Ted forgets what he's asking halfway through the question?
I can neither deny nor confirm the thing that you just said with words.
Yeah, how did I suddenly forgot the answer, so I have to think of another question.
You're like, oh, wait a minute.
So did it?
Are we doing another one?
Yeah, we're doing a mug. You can do the mug. Let Chris do the mug. Well, give away a mug. And Chris, think of a question. I remember. If you got a mug, you can have another mug if you want one. If you don't want a mug,
an accessory.
Yeah. If you don't want a mug, but you know the answer, don't answer. Let's let the people win it. But if you want a mug and you know the answer and you want another one, you're quite welcome to answer. But
Ted,
remember,
people are saying we should send Lynn Dipple a sticker for Christmas, but I didn't see why. But I think we should send one anyway.
Right.
Send your email address, send your address to Ted. He'll get one sent out for you.
Yeah. I'm not sure when it'll arrive because it's got to go all the way. It's got to swim to America.
Oh. That'll be like, I don't know.
There we go. Dave, where's the rum gun? Says he's got a sticker. Can we give it to Lynn? That's very Christmas spirited of you, Dave. We'll do that. Lynn, send your details in. There you go. Right, so the next question. If it's Chris asking the question, the answer is meat feast pizza.
But yeah, should we let Chris?
Not the answer. It's a fair answer to most things, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. In fact, yeah, Chris, you should ask the question, which means you've now got to do what we do and suddenly think of a question with no preparation.
Yeah, it catches us out.
He's doing a look around the room thing. I love it. He's doing. What can I ask about? Oh no.
Okay.
Right. Let's go.
Earlier on, Ted was saying about what he used to do for a living. So what was the kit that Fox liked the last year? Go.
What was the question again, Chris? I didn't hear it.
What kit did Fox like building this year?
I see what you did there.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Dave White from Gumbarker, Eagle is the first one.
Oh,
there we go. So it's Dave again.
Yeah.
I broke a finger on the keyboard.
So he's give up his stickers and he's won a mug this time.
See, yeah, that's the thing, you know. What do points make? Points make prizes. You pay your money. It's all a gamble.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Wait, Ted, what?
Yeah, I was just going to say, now that you've got to send him your mug. Yeah, we didn't tell you that bit.
Mug, it's been used for all sorts of
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, well done there. I don't know if you've got a mug already, but send us your details.
You get another one, mate. Yeah.
We'll
find. Have a mug, but you have two.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Lynn Dipple, Ted's email is. I'll type it in for you.
Yeah. Ted at eModels.co.uk.
I'll type it in on my loud keyboard.
Loud keyboard.
There you go.
Yeah. Well done, Lynn. Yeah, we'll get that to you, and we'll get it to you time allowing, as it takes for me to remember to get to the post office and for it to get across the ocean.
Yeah. Troughton Chard says he didn't say eagle, but he did say Alan Carter's Love Machine. I like that. Right. Giveaways done.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we'll continue with the chat. I don't know why it's been fairly quiet tonight. I know I think it's Christmas dinner at the yacht club tonight.
Is it? I mean, I haven't heard from Pete for a few days. I mean, genuinely, I haven't heard from him for a few days. I'm wondering if he's still floating around in the Solent somewhere or something.
Yeah, well, it was
the ship canal, because that's
it was the regatta last. It was the regatta last week, and did they end up in Scunthorpe? Was it? Is it Scunthorpe? They ended up.
I can't remember.
I
think
it was off of France, and they ended up in Scunthorpe. Oh yeah, Michael Jackman said, "Who won last week's giveaway?"
Oh yeah.
Should we do that?
Should we do that?
Do we do that? Yeah, we'll do that.
On screen share what the prize was. Let me get the thing open, and then it'll go wrong again. Right, so let me screen sharing. So you should see. This is what we were giving away last week, was the Revell 1/13 scale Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus. Rawr, I'm a dinosaur.
I'm a dinosaur. And we asked you to put a comment on the video upload of last week's live show, which was the phrase, "Rawr, I'm a dinosaur," or something to that effect, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, spelling didn't have to be right. You didn't have to spell "rawr" properly.
Yeah, you just have to sound like you're 7 years old. That's all we really wanted you to do.
Yeah. But the winner has been chosen by a random choose a thing.
Random choose the thing. It's been done with the choosing of random.
And it was done immediately before the show, so everybody had a chance to win. And the winner this week is, should I tell them?
Yeah, go on. I think you better tell him, because if you don't, then he'll never get it, and then nobody have to post it.
Yeah, do I get it though if nobody claims it?
Can I just point out that Mum just came up and said, "Who won last week's thing?" She really is like a 10-minute delay on her iPad, I think.
The winner last week was comment number 22.
Roll.
Is number 22, Tony Black. Hello, Tony Black. You are the winner of the Ankylosaurus.
And I don't know if it's Ankylosaurus or Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
I like Ankylosaurus.
I like Ankylosaurus. Like ankle biter, isn't it?
I think when I was a kid, it was Ankylosaurus. Tony Black says, "Who, me? Yes, you. Yes, you."
Oh, is that Tony Black? Well,
yes. How many Tony Blacks do you know? It could be you.
Dave White from Barker has also donated his mug he's just won to Lynn as well.
Oh, right, Lynn. Right. Well,
yeah, that's because Dave Reiswang Barker doesn't realise he's sending them to America. Good on you, mate.
What he doesn't realise though, is everybody gets a trip out of this, because normally they send Gavin on his bike and he delivers them around the country. But if it's international, I get a free flight, so I've got a ticket. So I'll be seeing you next week sometime then.
Yeah, so you get your mug, you get your sticker, and you get to see Ted jet lagged.
Yeah, and I sleep on your sofa and I come back on the next flight.
Yeah. So nice one, Dave. Thank you for doing that, Dave. That's very nice.
It's very nice of you. Very Christmas spirited of you.
When you send Ted an email, then just remind him it's for the mug and the stickers.
Yeah, well done. Yeah. Tell you what I might do. I might get tell eModels to chuck them in the same package. I'm a winner there.
I like that one. I like what you did there, Tedward. I think he called you Pete then for some reason. Although I called you Pete and didn't do that, so
Yeah. Right. What else is it I do?
I have some news. Breaking news. News. You know how I brought in the new hat? I'm bringing out the new hat. It's terrible. It's misshapen and deformed. I'm bringing back the original hat.
Ah.
I do like that old hat, and it is 80 quid with a hat, but it's all deformed and out of shape, and it doesn't fit. So I've given up. I will scour the world for a nice, proper, fur felt trilby. There is one I've seen that would be brilliant, I think, and it's a Stetson Royal something or other. But it's like 140 quid and 70 quid shipping from the US, so it might be a while. But that's the only one I can find that's even in a remotely similar sort of rat pack colour. I want a proper rat pack, less than 2-inch brim trilby. I also don't know exactly what size I am, because this is 58.
Are you going to wear a black suit, a shoestring tie?
Yeah, and I'll start crooning. But I don't know, because like this is 58.
You're going to get a proper...
Go on, say again, Chris.
If you're going to get a proper decent hat, you need to make sure your head's measured properly, though, don't you?
Well, that's the thing. But where do I go to get that done? See, this is a 58, and it's too small. I've got a fedora downstairs that's 58, and it's about the right size, but the dimple in the crown sticks down too far, so it's a bit too big. So I've got two hats the same size that are different sizes. So yeah, I think 59 maybe. Well, this one's just too small. So I'll save up and I'll get myself a proper Stetson Royal quality something or other. Apparently it's been around for a long time, so, and it's a Stetson. So.
Who said? Fester said you should get a pork pie hat.
Hang on. Yeah. Well, I could just do that. I could do that with the brim on that. Do it up, but it's just too small.
I would quite like a pork pie. Tony, but put your head in a bucket of water and measure the displacement.
See, I would quite like a pork pie, but the only person that really carries off a pork pie hat is the character Pork Pie from Desmond's. Nobody else in the world actually wears a pork pie well. So I'm also not a hipster. So
yeah, that's what Paul Stewart said. Every time he uses a pork pie hat, he wants to watch Desmond's.
I know, Desmond's. Dimash down me flat. I love that. Desmond's. I love the character Pork Pie. Oh, Desmond's was great. If you're in the UK and never watched Desmond's in the 80s on Channel 4, just go and find it. Desmond's was a fantastic series.
So there we go, back to the 80s again.
I know. And we were talking about Tony Black's new dinosaur. Tony, we want to know what you do with this dinosaur. You make awesomeness.
Yes.
We want to see palm trees out of bits of paper and stuff.
Yeah, we want to see it when you've done it.
Oh. It's good practice for your flesh tones and your hard armor.
Yeah.
57 says, "Oh, thanks, guys. I feel loved again." What do we do? I forgot. All right. Yeah, so I might save up for a Stetson Royal quality. I don't know. I don't know. There's nowhere I can think of that I can go and actually. I can't even make a sentence because hats excite me. I wish that you could still go to a hat shop and buy hats. A milliner of such, perhaps, because I could I would like this hat, please. But milliners don't exist anymore. So,
yeah, you can't walk into Tesco and get them to measure your head for a hat, can you? It's
I mean, you can walk into Matalab and buy that for a £5, but
one size fits all. One size.
Oh, TK's off. Good night, TK, and thanks for popping in. Have a good New Year.
Hopefully, we'll see you between Christmas and the New Year. And
yeah,
Merry Christmas to you. Have a nice one.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I know exactly what I want in a sweet hat, but you find it online, you don't know. So,
right.
What are we talking about? Yes, I haven't heard from Pete for a while. I think he may have sunk.
Right. Yeah. Either that
or he's been picked up by the Nimitz again.
Yeah. I think the Coast Guard rescued him and just took him further out.
I think he knows more about the insides of American aircraft carriers than the Americans do.
Yeah. There's that man in a rowboat again. Well, it's Peter in a rowboat with Gav rowing. And a 3.5 foot.
Gav had stormed off. Oh, no, it was James with him last time and he stormed off.
Oh, yeah, it was James. Yeah, it's James who took the oars and left him on bricks, hadn't he?
I thought he took one oar just to be even more evil.
Yeah, because that was Pete going around in circles.
Yeah, no change there.
Nothing's happened. No. Okay, we're going to need to keep talking. Yeah, we've got about 10 or 15 minutes left. Keep going. If you guys have got any more questions to round the night off, as we Smooth says, was an Nimitz a tug? Yeah, big one.
It was an aircraft. I think Pete thought it was a tug. Like I say, it's always worth staying to the end of the show because you never know when we may get a call from him on high. Who must be obeyed.
Yeah, I'll just check my email, Lynn. I'm sure I will have an email from you.
Tim Bick says, Fox nipped to Affleck's in Manchester. They probably have a few. Not since the IRA bomb when Affleck's went from a real good second-hand clothes place to a normal load of chain shops. I got a brilliant, many years ago, I got a brilliant vintage, like turn of the century, double-breasted waistcoat from somewhere in Affleck's, and it was fantastic. Unfortunately, I lost it. I gave it away after a few years, and I really regret that. But you go in there now, it's just normal stuff. They used to have a store that just sold vintage American high school jackets.
Well, I've got an email, by the way. I've just been checking Lynn's email. I have got it, Lynn. I've got your email, and I've got Chris's as well. I've received a strange message. It's from Vodafone, and it just gives a telephone number. It doesn't say who it's from, I'm afraid. But it says, "Hi guys, do you think there will be ever a pint-size mug made?" What a good idea!
Size mug.
Pint size, a pint of tea.
Oh, like the
by tea, do you mean coffee?
Yeah.
That's
a pint mug.
I know the guys at eModels are actually looking at more merchandising type options, so stay tuned to this channel at some point. They're looking into all different kinds of things. There's nothing confirmed at the minute, but they are looking at things like, t-shirts and tools and all of that. They're looking at it right now and see what they can sort out. So stay tuned.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, if you ask for it, you see what they did with Gunpla and all the other stuff. If you ask for it,
if I nag them for enough months, Gunpla, they will stock it. Only took me about a year and a half to nag. And
I owe Paul one for that. Paul says there's a pint-sized mug making his debut in the church.
Hey! I didn't think it was going to happen, but but should we answer the phone? No, should we let it?
Yeah, go for it. You might be thinking.
Hello? 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 Huh? Yes, what? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, I got that.
He's a man of few words.
And you've just got back, right. You've just got back from the regatta, and it's a Christmas dinner. Yeah. What is for Christmas dinner? Gin. Right.
I like that kind of dinner.
Yeah. It is what. Yeah. It is what. Yeah, it is what sailors drink. Yeah. Well, the sun is over the yard arm, as you say, and James hasn't turned up yet. No, right. So yeah, you're just on the pudding course. You're just on the pudding course.
Ooh. You're a pudding course.
And then it's a Christmas. It's a Christmas karaoke. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. But it wishes everybody a happy Christmas. Yeah, and we can do a giveaway. Oh, are we going to give away?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we've got it. Yeah, we'll sort something out with you. And the new guy, yeah, he's doing all right. Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Okay, right, I'll let you go then. Yeah, right, you're opening the karaoke after the bingo. Yeah, after the bingo then. Okay then, thank you very much. Go, yeah, bye. Merry Christmas. Yeah, we'll see you with the live stream. Okay, bye then. Bye. Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, I know. I'll tell him to get his jacket on. Okay, right, bye. Oh, yeah, we've got a giveaway. So you've got to stay at the end. Yes. And Adam Clark says they haven't got. I don't think they've forgot the rum ration. I think they're already on it. It's gin next. I think it's a Christmas dinner that's actually not a dinner. It's just a Christmas drink. Christmas drink. So yeah, we've got.
He'll love sailing until they start eating actual tack, in which case he'll start not like sailing that much, I think.
Yes, yeah. Well, they did. Yeah, I think they've lost the Commodore as well, because the Commodore didn't come back from the regatta either. Mind you, he was navigating. So when you set off, when you set off to France and you end up in Scunthorpe, never mind.
Yeah, you have to question the abilities of the Commodore at that point.
Yeah, so I think they're getting a new one. So we're still waiting for Gav to turn up.
There's a karaoke at the end of the night. That's the entire reason for being there.
Yeah, it's Christmas karaoke, so it'll be here. It is Merry Christmas. And, I think I could just see Pete with his yacht hair doing Slade. Merry Christmas.
Oh, I don't need these images in my head, Ted. That sentence you said a minute ago, it's the Christmas karaoke, so it'll be. The correct ending was utterly disheartening, I think, was the phrase you were looking for.
Yeah, well, we never know. Yeah, maybe one day. Yeah, we'll get to see. We'll get some video of this karaoke. We'll send a spy down with some with some spy camera. We'll get Peter on the karaoke. Right. So, do we have a giveaway? Have we found it?
Shall I do the screen sharing? I've got to do this again, haven't I? I'm not breaking it. Right. Are we ready?
Right. Here we go.
Shall do the magic button. And the magic button is not that one. Hello. Hey, it is that one.
That's nice.
Yeah, so we're giving away the Mini Art 135th T-54-1 Soviet medium tank, number 37014, which has got nothing at all to do with aircraft or 144 scale because of the reasons.
Yeah, because
this is in the office section. It's down from $43.99 to $29.95. So if you want to pick one up for yourself, anyway, do job in. We're giving this one away this week.
Oh, cool.
This will be a proper normal giveaway. So this is open to everybody in the universe who isn't necessarily just in the live stream chat. So if you want to win this, we will actually pull a winner out. I was going to say next Monday, but that's Christmas Day.
Yeah, it'll be the next live chat, won't it?
Yeah, so maybe on the live stream on the 28th at 1 o'clock.
No, I think we should leave it. As it's Christmas, folk will be doing other things. I think we should leave it until the next regular live stream.
Yeah, go on then. That gives them a couple of weeks then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we will pull the winner the next time we do a normal live stream. All you need to do is we're live at the moment. Obviously, it's about 10 minutes after this stream is finished. It should go up on YouTube as a normal video on the eModels channel. So make sure if you're not there already, you go along to the eModels channel on YouTube, find this video, this show, and just put a comment on there. And I'll let Chris think of an amusing or insightful comment that people need to write down. So, Christopher, what would you like people to write to win this?
I think it just has to be to welcome me to the channel. Well, hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris. That sounds good.
Right.
So all you need to do is put a comment on there that just says hello, Chris, or any kind of comment that relates to Chris. It could be welcoming, it could be an insult, could be
I promise to not reply to each one of them individually.
Yeah. You can write whatever. We'll actually just say as long as you direct the comment towards Chris.
Yeah, as long as it's got Chris in the body of the text.
Yeah, so it could be a joke, could be a comment, could be an insult, could be just anything. Just say something nice to Chris for Christmas. And then we'll put the winner out on the next live stream, and you can win this Mini Art 135th T-54-1 Soviet medium tank. Just while we're on this subject, of course, don't forget it's coming up to Christmas. You're looking to get some good bargains for presents, or just for yourself because you've spent up buying everybody else presents. Don't forget to go along to the office section. You can see across the top here, there's a whole office section. Kapow! There's loads and loads of kits in here. These are all with reduced prices. Now, these aren't just like the stuff they can't get rid of. This is the stuff eModels think you might like and might be interested in buying. So this changes every day. They'll go through their stock. They'll pick something out and say, yeah, people quite like that. They'll just pick them out and they'll dump some on here. It changes every day. Some could be on here for a day. Some of these offers could be on here for a week. Some could be on there for a month. It could be on there for half an hour, but it does change every day. So it's worth always, whenever you come to the site, come along, have a look at the office section, see if anything takes your fancy. And it's not just kits, as you can see. You've got a punch bit there. You've got glue. There's some RC stuff. There are some books and manuals and guides as well. I found one earlier on. I can't find it now. There is a guide in here, so I think it's one of the ammo guides. There you go. The AK Interactive Book Modelling Full Ahead Special. Full Ahead Special, Captain.
Was that your tank? If you go up a bit, was that your tank for the Toon Tanks? There it is on the right hand side.
On the right hand side. What?
Right hand in the corner. No, you missed it. Yeah, I've just seen your tank, your Toon Tank in there for.
You're seeing the one I'm seeing. It would seem. Oh, there.
There it is. Yeah.
That's the one I'm making. That's the one I'm building for the Christmas special.
So yeah, so there's still some left. So if you want to join in the build,
yeah, if you want to pick up a Toon Tank for a couple of quid off, go for it. So it's always worth popping in to the special offers section just to see what's up there. I'll just I'll just get rid of the split screen thing again now. There we go. But it's always worth checking out the offer section because there's always something new in there, and they rotate it around regularly. And some of the stuff is on there for a bit, some can be on there for quite a while. So every time you come along, just pop in and have a look. You can get some great bargains on there. Some of them are massive discounts as well. They kind of vary the discount amounts on some of the products. So some can be a little bit, some can be massive. I've seen stuff on there discounted by 50, 60 quid. So it's always worth going in and having a look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always worth a look.
Next time somebody can win that spanky tank. I do like the Russian sort of 50s and 70s tanks. They're kind of pleasant to look at. They're a bit rubbish as tanks, but they're pleasant to look at. My first ever model I made properly and painted was a Russian T-62. So,
right, okay, yeah. Tony Black, Tony, if you need to send me your details about winning the giveaway, the dinosaur. Send your details to me, ted at eModels.co.uk. I'll forward them on to eModels, and they'll get your kit out to you. Yep. Right. What are we up to? We're nearly up to 2 hours now. Well, I think we're running out of things to do. Unless you guys have got anything else to want to talk about, this is your last chance before Christmas.
Yes.
The next time you see us, we'll be merry.
The next time you see Ted and me, it'll just be hand model shots and Chris.
Yeah. So get your questions in. Yeah. We only really started this chat, Chris. Before you came on, we only really started this chat. We just thought we'd make half an hour, 3/4 of an hour out of it. Then we got onto an hour, and now we're almost doing 2 hours a night now. So it's good. It's for you guys out there to join in with us.
So we've been doing this for about a year now, is it?
It'll be coming up, after Christmas. I think we're looking about the beginning of February or something like that.
We're coming up to a year.
Yeah.
There's been laughter, there's been crying, there's been good times and dumb times.
You're not going to burst into song, are you?
Urusen Yamato. There you go. Soon will be discovered, and they'll make a sequel. They'll make a film of this. Right. I think it's about time to call it night. Ted. You just kind of stopped.
Yeah. My batteries are running flat. I'm running out of gin.
Yeah.
I'm running out of gin. I need to go get some gin in this tonic.
Gin and tonic, please. Tonic.
Yeah, gin and tonic and light on the tonic. Easy on the tonic.
Says Dave Barker.
Right. So, I think it's about time to call it a night. Chris's first night, we'll let him go and have a lie down in a dark place. And we'll see you guys again on the 28th. Come along and join us on the 28th for our live build. Fun and whatever happens. We may or may not get a full and complete and painted up tank. Or we might.
We don't know how long it's going to take. We're guesstimating it's going to be maybe a couple of hours, but it might take a lot longer. So, it might be a 7-hour stream and we'll just get some painting done. Yeah. But Ted and I think, are approaching our builds differently. So I'll be doing a certain number of things and Ted will be doing it slightly differently. So we're not just going to be doing the same thing. We've got two different models, but Ted's told me what he plans to do and it's not the same as what I plan to do. So there you go.
We'll have a look. Well, hopefully, we'll see what happens. Yeah. It's going to be live. It's going to be fun, as always.
But we do need to say to everybody, because it's the last show before Christmas, Merry Christmas, or to those that you don't observe Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
I like wearing this hat. It just makes
I know it's under Ted's hat.
Thank you so much to Chris for being on his first ever eModel show.
Yeah, well done, Chris. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it hasn't been too traumatic for you.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah, we do hope to see you again. You switch off and think, God, I'm never doing that again.
Tony Black says, Nadalich Llawen.
Nadalich Llawen.
Nadalich Llawen.
The
only thing I can say in Welsh is probably cum. Clap, which is miles.
Yakida.
Yakida. Oh, yeah, Yakida.
Yakida.
Yakida. I have to tell you, having a pom-pom right there in front of my eyes, I've got a wonky eye anyway. I can't look at anything without kind of...
Right. Right. I think it's time to press the button. Time to thank you all for joining us tonight.
I'm just letting you carry on. I forgot I've got the button.
Yeah, we're going to thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been a great night having you, and it's been a great end to the year to see you all here again and how the numbers have grown. And we've got Chris to join us as well. So until the next time, 28th.
Willing victim.
Yeah, the 28th. Remember, it's a different time. It's not 9 o'clock at night. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. GMT. So you can watch us in the afternoon instead of watching Bridge Too Far or The Great Escape.
It won't be if it's the afternoon. It'll be just ITV phoning rubbish, so they'll be fine.
Yeah,
it'll be like the Royal Variety Performance, which nobody actually watches.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you haven't. Yeah, it'll be lots of you haven't seen your grandson for 25 years, but we found him. Yeah, all the way from the US of A, and here he is. Here's Johnny.
Oh, how far down the ladder has Carol Vorderman fallen these last 10 years?
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the time where a guy walks from behind a curtain and he says, "That's not Johnny."
Who
are you?
Actually, you know what I actually miss and I used to enjoy as a kid was "This is your life."
This is your life.
That was good. We're doing it. We're going back into 80. We need to pull out now.
Yeah, we're going to go. Yeah. So goodbye, everybody. Good night and happy Christmas. If you're not joining us, see you in the new year. Happy Christmas.
Good night. Merry Christmas.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, good night. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all the stuff. Gonna press the button. Bye.